Misty Knight has the ability to build anti-metal and cryogenic charges using her metallic arm. These charges provide benefits once they reach certain thresholds or become balanced, putting Misty into equilibrium. These charges have a max of 12 each. For each anti-metal charge, Misty gains a 3% chance to instantly purify any incoming debuffs, and for each cryogenic charge, Misty gains a 1% chance to evade attacks. When either champion performs a well-timed block, Misty gains 2 anti-metal charges. Against science champions, Misty will gain 3 charges. When either champion dodges an attack, Misty gains 2 cryogenic charges. Against science champions, Misty gains 3 charges instead. This has a cooldown of 0.8 seconds. When Misty performs a light ending combo, she will gain 1 anti-metal charge. And when she performs a medium ending combo, she gains 1 cryogenic charge. The first hit of Misty's heavy attack raises her lower charge by 3 if there is a difference of at least 3 between her 2 charges. The first hit increases anti-metal, and the second hit increases cryogenic. When Misty gets struck by a basic attack, she has a 20% chance to increase her lower charge by 1. If they are currently equal, both charges get increased by 1. Misty Knight benefits from rank 1 of the parry and dexterity mastery bonuses, even if they are not activated. If the parry mastery has already been activated, Misty starts with an extra 2 anti-metal charges. And if the dexterity mastery has already been activated, Misty starts with an extra 2 cryogenic charges. When both of Misty's charges become equal, she gains non-stackable buffs. If Misty is at max charges and gains another, the buffs are refreshed if they are not on cooldown. When balanced at 3 or more charges, Misty gains a precision buff for 14 seconds, increasing critical rating per charge. When balanced at 6 or more charges, Misty becomes unblockable for 6 seconds. Once expired, this ability goes on cooldown for 6 seconds. When balanced at 9 or more charges, Misty gains a Bionic Overcharge buff, dealing guaranteed critical hits for 6 seconds. Once expired, this ability goes on cooldown for 6 seconds. All equilibrium buffs are paused during special attacks. Using the special attack 1, Misty will consume all anti-metal charges and increase her attack rating per charge consumed. If Misty consumes 6 or more anti-metal charges, the attack becomes unblockable. And if Misty consumes 9 or more anti-metal charges, she will inflict an armor break debuff on the first hit, reducing armor rating for 16 seconds. Using the special attack 2, consume all cryogenic charges to inflict a cold snap debuff, dealing energy damage over 14 seconds. While this cold snap is active, all basic attacks inflict an indefinite frostbite passive, and critical hits inflict 1 additional frostbite. When this cold snap expires naturally, all frostbites are shattered, removing them and dealing energy damage for each. If Misty consumes 6 or more cryogenic charges, the opponent is stunned for 2 seconds when all frostbites shatter. Using the special attack 3, you will instantly max out both charges and gain all effects of equilibrium. Misty will also gain an energize buff that increases her combat power rate by 35% for 14 seconds. When awakened, Misty analyzes the opponent's class in order to gain a unique effect for a short period to counter them. When the fight starts, Misty takes 47 to 27 seconds to investigate the opponent. When the investigation is complete, Misty gains an effect lasting 18 seconds before restarting her investigation. When investigating the Science class, Misty instantly purifies all debuffs, and her instant purification chance jumps to 100%. Against the Skill class, Misty gains a Fury buff for each bleed debuff currently on her, increasing her attack rating. Against the Mutant class, the mysteries of the X gene elude Misty, so this has no effect. Against the Tech class, if the opponent has 2 or more armor up buffs when Misty's Special Attack 1 connects, a second armor break is applied. Against the Cosmic class, she will inflict a Disorient debuff, decreasing their block proficiency by 5% and their defensive ability accuracy by 10% for each unique buff on the opponent. Finally, against the Mystic class, she will inflict a Suppression debuff, reducing the opponent's combat power rate by 10% for each bar of power on the opponent. Misty Knight is a very easy champion to learn to play, and she is also great for new players, as she starts with both the parry and dexterity masteries active even if she does not have those nodes chosen in your mastery setup. With her gameplay, you're really going to be going between your Special Attack 1 and your Special Attack 2. Her Special Attack 3 is not overly needed. It will allow you to get to your specials faster, and it will activate your equilibrium, but again, you get no extra benefits from Special Attack 3, so I would only use the Special Attack 3 if for some reason you got pushed into it. As far as her Awakened ability goes, she does not need to be awakened in order to get the best benefits from her gameplay. In fact, it will not really matter towards most of your fights even if she is awakened, as you will more than likely finish the fight before her Awakened ability kicks in, sometimes even at her highest signature level. Her gameplay hinges around building and maintaining equilibrium between her charges. An easy rotation for any fight is to start the fight with a parry. This will give you 2 anti-metal charges. Then you will follow up with a combo. Typically, you could use medium, light, medium to save some of your power gain, or you could do a full 5-hit combo ending with a medium attack. Now you will have gained 1 cryogenic charge. At this point, you will do another parry. Now you should have 3 more anti-metal charges than cryogenic charges. At this point, throw a heavy attack to go into equilibrium, and then you will repeat this process, all the way until you get up to 12. Again, parry, medium ending combo, parry, heavy. At this point, you should have 12 of both charges, which is their maximum, and you should be at equilibrium. Now after this, there are a few ways you can play Misty. You can either not use her special attacks and just enjoy having an unblockable buff for pretty much the entire fight. But if you are to use her attacks, you will go for your Special Attack 2. Using the Special Attack 2, you will place a Cold Snap debuff on the opponent. While this Cold Snap is active, you want to go ham on the opponent and just hit them as many times as possible. The unblockable buff is going to help in this case. Each hit is going to place a Frostbite passive, but as you should have the Overcharge passive active, the critical hits will inflict an additional Frostbite, so every hit should give you 2 Frostbite passives. Now, at this point you want to try to race towards your Special 1, and just before that Cold Snap expires, you're going to fire off your Special 1. Now, this is going to give you a ton of damage because your Special 1 will increase your attack rating. So, if you fire it just as those Frostbite passives expire and do damage, they will do an increased amount of damage. At this point, it is a simple rinse and repeat tactic. You will simply build up your charges back to equilibrium to their maximum of 12, throw your Special 2, and then go towards your Special 1 and fire that off just as your Special 1 Cold Snap is about to expire. Misty Knight will do well in fights where you need to hit those critical hits in order to damage. Things like Crit Me With Your Best Shot are going to be great fights for her. Also, with her having her armor break debuff on the first special attack, she will be a viable option for any opponent that tends to gain a lot of armor up buffs. And finally, let me say one more time, because this is a question I get asked a lot. She does not need to be awakened in order to be the best Misty Knight. You will probably not notice much from her awakened ability at this current build of her in the game.